There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz.jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Jobs180.com's Marketing Meal Live with Centro Escolar University. And today, we will be joined by speakers from Jobs180.com, Makati Medical Center, and the Global Academy, New Zealand. So before we start, may we invite everyone for the opening prayer followed by singing of the national anthem.
magiliw, pelas ng silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisingin, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong maghaw. Malilag ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang islat ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Ang hindi kaya ng patay mga api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Hello, good afternoon once again to all our viewers and welcome everyone. My name is Maria and I will be your host for this afternoon. Ready na ba kayo? Right, guys? Sa lahat ng ready na dyan, pasanda mo ng inyong heart reaction. So, heart lang po para sa ating comment section, alright? And while you are sending your heart reaction, everyone, we are live again via Jobs 180 Facebook and Jobs 180 YouTube. All right, thank you so much. Thank you everyone for your heart reactions. We hope that everyone is excited as well to learn new things today. All right, so to officially start our session for this afternoon, may we invite Ms. Pamela Corpus, the USC President, to give us the opening remarks.
Greetings in science and virtue. To the Administrative Council, headed by our University President and Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Maria Cristina D. Padulina, to our deans, heads, faculty and staff, and to all hopeful graduating Escolarians present here in this webinar today, a beautiful and blessed morning to everyone. I would like to commend all of you for really taking the time to attend such an essential and extensive webinar prepared especially for us. Simply waking up another day and deciding to take another step forward in our lives is more than enough for you to tap yourselves in the back and tell yourselves, good job. Of course, I cannot truly miss this time to thank and congratulate the amazing and dedicated people behind this event today. The CEU Career Services and Placement Department in partnership with Jobs 180. Maraming salamat po sa walang sawang serbisyo upang mas maging sigurado at masagana ang kinabukasan ng mga estudyante ng Universidad ng Centro Escolar. Today, the webinar focuses on how to get ready for job applications. It will also talk about the new era of work and how we can adapt to the new environment. And of course, it will tackle life after graduation, the challenges and opportunities that are endless. As we pave through these topics, I hope that as responsible individuals, we take it all in during the present and learn, remember, and apply it all in the future. Because it will all make sense as we recognize the hurdles that are waiting. Now, that being said, this actually leads me to share my personal experiences as well. Ever since the second semester of school year 2022-2023 started, I could say that as a fourth-year graduating student myself, my days have been filled with nothing but worry and hope. Worry that I may not be prepared enough for what is to come after I leave the walls of my beloved university, because surely emerging from the 2-year pandemic experience, some would feel under-equipped to face the challenges and wonders of a professional life. However, in all things, hope remains and prevails. I am hoping, together with my fellow students, that despite the doubts we have our way, the future holds what is meant for us. And as Escolarians, we have always pursued every path with virtue and excellence. I strongly believe that no matter what happens and no matter where we are at any point in this lifetime, the journey will be hard yet fruitful, and the destination will be marvelous and worth it. I am Pamela Gracie Corpus, President of the University Student Council Manila, saying that whatever it is you cherish the most, take care of it. Whatever it is you are most afraid of, conquer it. And whatever it is you are most passionate about, pursue it. Live life every day as if it is limitless. Indeed, we will make it all together, and we will celebrate more wins and witness more growth in our life as Escolarians and as future professionals. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Mabuhay ang dakilang Centro Escolar.
Thank you so much, Ms. Pamela, for gracing our event today, okay? And as usual for our audience today, please comment your name, your year, and your course. And if you have questions later on, please type it to the comments section so we can answer them after the talk. Q&A will happen after each speaker's presentation. So don't forget to tag and share this to your friends too, okay? And also, the evaluation and attendance will be released at the end of this session. Same thing with your digital certificates. So if you guys are ready, here is our schedule for this afternoon. First, getting ready for job, the new era of work, adapting to the new environment from Makati Medical Center. Lastly, life after graduation, challenges and opportunities from the Global Academy New Zealand. All right. Shout out to everyone and indeed na guys. Again, for those students who are just joining in, please comment your name, your year, and your course. And as we go along, type in your question so we can read it later. All right. At wag kayong mahiya, okay? Because this is your chance to ask before you face the world of work. Okay, so to our audience, sit back, relax, and let us all #learn together. Okay. Alrighty. I know you guys are excited, so kilalanin na po natin ang ating unang speaker. He has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. As a trusted resource speaker, he has done over 1,000 plus career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. The managing director from jobs180.com, Mr. Kim Chua. Sir Kim, the floor is yours. Take it away.
Everyone, good day to all of you. My name is Kim Chua. Don't forget the wa, baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. And I'm here to share to you about the most secure tool for job application. This is how you can market yourself more effectively and the different ways to do that. Okay, so let me start. Now, when you apply, you probably have a checklist if you're using the right tool. So just go along with me if you have the right, if you have the same checklist that I have. So ito yung mga things na like kong tinatandaan, no? Will my tool or will the thing that I'll be using help me to stand out? That's the first item that is very important for me. Kailangan mag-stand out ako kasi dami-dami kong kasabayan kalaban sa pag-apply. Another thing in my checklist is that, do I have more than one file? Because oftentimes I have a lot of files. May academic records, may mga government IDs, ang dami yung mga kailangan hingiin ng mga companies. So I'd like to put them all in one file. And this tool helps me to do that. Okay? Another thing that this tool can do is that it allows me to make the process more efficient. Mas napapabilis yung pag-apply. No? Hindi na napapatagal yung pabalik-balik. So mas mabilis din syempre tayo maka-move forward. Diba? And another thing that this tool can do is that wala tong bayad. Baka mukha lang akong salesman pero libre po ito. Okay, so this tool is absolutely for free. The most important in my checklist is that this tool, okay, makes my information secured. And I think this is the most important question. Do you want your information to be secured? I hope your answer is yes. Okay, and so with that, let me show you ano tong tool na ito. This tool is called Resume Link. Resume Link by definition is the most secured tool for job application. Okay, this is a personalized URL. It is a link that anyone can open online anytime, provided that they know the link. So let me use an example. If you are John Santos, just in case lang, your name is John Santos, your resume link would look something like johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. So how do you make one? Okay, how do you make one? Now, the first step is for you to register. This is absolutely for free. Wala itong bayad. Okay? So what do? You go to www.jobs180.com and that is where you now register. Okay? As you register, you just simply fill out the information. These are the basic information. You have the account details, you have your personal information, you have your education background, and just in case you have your work experience, whether it's OJT or it's part-time job or whatever yung work experience na yan, then you proceed to that work experience page. Pero pag wala, hanggang dyan na lang tayo sa my education information. Okay? After doing so, you now start to create your resume link. So ano ba ang basihan ng resume link? Kadalasan, ang resume link natin, we base it on our name. We base it on our unique name. Okay, so as an example, if you're John Santos, then you say johnsantos.jobsonit.com. Now, what about during scenarios where you create your resume link tapos may nauna sa inyo? May ibang John Santos, may kapangalan ka, no, nauna sa inyo. Ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon na red na box. Sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Now, okay, malungkot pag taken na. Okay lang, maging creative lang kayo ng konti. Pwede mo balik na rin. Pwede mo sabihin Santos John. Okay, you can also say Santos J, o kaya J Santos, o kaya JS, di ba? Or SJ. Depende sa link na gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapareho kahit kayo may kapangalan. Now, another thing I'd like to emphasize here, wag po kayong OA. Pag gumawa kayo ng resume link, huwag mo gagawin tipong nakalagay, cutie pie, lover boy, Barbie doll, di ba? Because it doesn't sound professional. Imagine going to a company and the HR will ask you, do you have a resume? Tapos sasabihin mo sa kanya, meron po, ang resume ko ay eljablo.jobsonit.com. Di ba? Baka matakot yung HR sa inyo. So I don't recommend that you do something like that. Just stick to your name. Whatever your name is, it will sound professional. Okay? Now, in creating a resume link, you have to use a valid email. Emails like Yahoo, Gmail, Rocketmail, any email, basta nabubuksan nyo, wag na wag ka lang gagamit ng facebook.com na email. Okay? Do not use something like, example lang patrick@facebook.com na email. Do not use patricia@facebook.com na email. Okay? In short, do not use @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com, you will no longer be able to receive notifications being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Okay? So use something that you can open. Why is it important for you to open your email? Because you have to verify your account. Okay? Remember, pag nag-verify, yan ang ebidensya na ikaw nag-register talaga. Yan ang proof. Diba? And at the same time, if you verify your account, then you'll be receiving notifications from the companies as well as Jobs on 80. If you do not verify your account, hindi nyo na po marireceive yung mga notification ng mga companies. So, sayang naman. Diba? Might as well verify your account first. Okay? Now, you're done with the first step. After you verify. So, ano na ang second step? Ang second step is the most logical of all the steps. You have to complete all the information. Very logical. Sino sa inyo mag-apply sa mga kumpanya, bungi-bungi detalye? Sino sa inyo magbibigay ng resume sa mga HR tapos kulang-kulang details nyo? I don't think you'll do that because you're just wasting your time. Instead, kumpletuhin yung information nyo bago kayo mag-submit dun sa mga companies. Okay? So, step 2, complete the information. And how do you do that? Punta kayo ulit dun sa website, www.jobs180.com, and this time, you don't need to register again kasi may account ka na eh. What you need to do is you have to log in. Okay? Now, as you log in, you start to put your registered email or your resume link and your password na ikaw lang may alam. Okay? Ganun lang siya kasimple. Now, once you're inside your account, you start to fill in the blanks. Ganun lang kasimple. Fill in the blanks. So, the things that you see here, yung mga contents, napakasimple lang. Yung mga personal details nyo, lagay mo dyan. Diba? All the information na sa tingin nyo relevant, you put it there. Now, I have some emphasis lang on items na madalas nami-miss out ito ng mga aplikante. Ano yung mga yon? Sa contact information, you have to put here all the possible ways na pwede kang makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media handles nyo. Ba't ko nasabi yan? Because in reality is, pag tinatawagan kayo ng mga HR, madalas hindi naman ina-answer eh. Lalo na pag hindi nyo kilala, pag nag-ring yung phone nyo, hala, sino kaya ito? Di ba, hindi mo kilala. Ano gagawin? Hahayaan mo na lang. Di ba? Antayin mo kung may mag-message sa inyo. Eh, paano kung yung HR hindi naman hindi masipag mag-message? Masipag lang siya magtawag. That's why I recommend you put here all the possible means na pwede kang makontak. Kagaya ng social media nyo. Put your Facebook there, yung mga messenger nyo, mga Twitter nyo, iba pang mga paraan, social media handles para mabilis kayo ma-reach out. Diba? Message na lang. Are you available Thursday, 10 a.m., so on and so forth. You get what I'm saying? Diba? So lahat ng paraan, lagay mo dyan. What else do you put here? You also put here yung inyong mga work options. Sa work options naman, you just choose lang, parang yes or no lang yan, parang switch, no? Kung ano yung mga options na gusto ninyo. No, willing to work night shift, willing to relocate, looking for OJT, you can also put it here. Okay? And then in terms of education, obvious naman, yung alma mater nyo, lagay nyo dito. Diba? Yung mga pampakapal ng resume, sa seminars attended, kahit magkopyahan pa kayo ng mga classmates mo, okay lang. Basta lang make sure, alam nyo na pag-usapan doon sa seminar na yon. Pagdating sa certification, ganun din yan. Walang limit sa space yan. Achievements, recommend ko dito is you don't only put yung mga achievement nyo inside the school. Okay? Kasi hindi naman lahat tayo academically inclined. Some of us are not very active sa school, pero active tayo sa mga social civic organization. Diba? So, even if it's outside of the school, you can also put it there. As long as you think it is an achievement, you put it there. Okay? Now, in terms of skills and languages, isa-isahin ko lang yan ha. Sa skills, do not limit your skills dyan lang sa course nyo. Hindi perkat education ng course mo, ang ibig sabihin, ang skills na alam mo lang ay magturo. Hindi perkat accounting ang course mo, ang alam mo lang gawin or ang skills mo ay mag-debit, credit at mag-balance sheet. Diba? So, marami kang alam na iba pa mga skills na kahit walang connect sa course, you can also put it here. Sample, photography, diba? Videography, diba? And all the other things, calligraphy, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? When it comes to languages, I'm sure alam nyo, 2 lengguwahe na. At the minimum, you know English and you know Filipino. If you know local dialect, to be specific, lagi mo Tagalog, Chabacano, Bisaya, Kapampangan, 'di ba? Ilonggo, wala naman limit sa space eh. 'Di ba? If you know foreign languages, put it there. Chinese, Japanese, French, Vietnamese, kung ano man 'yan, ilagay nyo. Because what you're doing is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to the prospective company. Now, when it comes to references, sigurado naman ako yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang tanong lang dyan, kayo ba kilala nila? Kasi madalas pag tinatawagan namin yung mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. Yung pinakamalupit dyan, hindi talaga kayo kilala. Okay, so please advise yung mga references nyo na ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now, at this point, I'd like to highlight yung mga things that you don't find in a traditional resume. Ano yung mga yan? Diba? Ito yung mga yun. Let me start with the portfolio section. The portfolio section is where you now upload evidence of your skills. And I think with this day and age, dito pumapasok yung efficiency ng ating application sa mga companies. Because oftentimes, when we apply to companies, marami mga hinihingi, mga pre-employment requirements. They will ask for mga documents, mga proof that is showing na yun talaga yung mga skills nyo. So, kung ano man meron yung mga documents, you can now take a picture, you can scan them, and you can upload it here. Example, government IDs. Diba? Meron ka mga transcripts, academic records. Diba? You can put that there. Okay? Kung meron mga medical clearance na kailangan, ganun din. Hindi na kailangan magpabalik-balik sa company. Oh, ayos ba? Oh, ito pa. Diba? But wait, there's more. Ito na yun. Itong isa pang gusto ko i-recommend sa inyo, yung tinatawag natin selfie video. Nowadays, I think, it is not very difficult to create a selfie video. Diba? Ito may TikTok nga kayo eh. Diba? Alam mo naman paano gumawa ng selfie video. So I don't need to teach you how to create a selfie video. What I need to share to you na lang is yung anong kailangan sabihin pagka gumawa ka ng selfie video. Okay, this time, what I recommend is you say something interesting about yourself. Okay? So, you pretend that you're being interviewed by the HR. Diba? Ano yung matatanong sa atin? Why should we hire you? Diba? Tell me something about yourself. Why should we consider you among all the other applicants? O, di ba? Ang kagandahan ngayon is you create that video for about 1 minute or less. Hindi kailangan sobrang haba, no? Mga 1 minute lang or less. Pero ang maganda rito is na-evaluate na nung HR yung inyong communication skills. If you can speak in English, then I recommend you speak in straight English. But if you cannot, it's okay as long as you're able to show your personality. You can also showcase here yung mga hard skills nyo. Ano yung mga hard skills? Kagaya ng mga video na panood ko dati, pinakita nila how to use a soldering iron, how to properly handle a welding machine, diba? How to fold table napkins. O, ganun, diba? So, depende kung ano yung mga skills na alam mo at depende kung ano yung nasa field mo rin, diba? Na napag-aralan, diba? So, gusto mo magpakita ka kung paano mag-balance sheet, pwede rin. O, diba? Again, it really depends on what you wanted to show dun sa HR. Ang point is, you don't need to travel back and forth para lang ipakita on the spot dun sa HR yung inyong hard skills. And most importantly, hindi na kailangan magkaroon ng maraming aberya, maraming storbo. Diba? Sometimes when we try to contact you for the phone interview, maingay yung background, hindi marinig. Diba? Mahina signal, maingay, ano nangyari, nasa biyahe. Diba? Or sometimes hindi magtugma yung schedule. At least with that selfie video, it makes the process now more efficient. Now, another good thing pa with the resume link is that you also upload here your profile picture. When it comes to profile picture, you don't need to go to the studio para magpa-picture. Huwag ka na gumastos. Ang importante lang dyan, tumingin ka sa camera, okay, with plain background, at of course, magbihis ka naman ng maayos, di ba? And then, you're good to go. Huwag mo gagawin yung mga nasa right side ng screen niyo. Those samples that I'm showing you, it doesn't look professional. Imagine, di ba, yung mga selfie, mga nilagay ng avatar, yan, huwag nyo gawin yan. Okay? Huwag nyo gawin yan. It doesn't look nice, doesn't look professional. Okay? Now, another good thing pa with the resume link is that meron tayong tinatawag na cover photo. Ayan, pasintabi sa matatamaan. May iba sa inyo nakikinig ngayon, hindi naman kayo gifted with writing skills. Some of us are having a difficult time expressing our thoughts and feelings into words. So ano pwede mo gawin? You can now use those pictures to represent your personality or to showcase yung inyong skills. Example, look at the one on the left, yung nasa baba. Ano kaya siya? Sabi ni iba, sir, ophthalmologist, optometrist, or eye expert. Yung nasa kanan, yung nasa taas, ano kaya siya? Sabi ni iba, sir, para siyang admin or clerical work. Or maybe makalat kasi tingnan mo yung lamesa ang kalat-kalat. O, di ba? Again, it depends on the interpretation of the person looking at it. This is an example of someone into HR or maybe into psychology. And this one is an example, it's a very good example by the way, of someone who wanted to say that there is no shortcut to success. Hindi po yan miyembro na Akit Bahay Gang. Okay? Ang gusto niya sabihin, you will be able to reach yung goal mo by taking one step at a time. Oh, di ba? You get what I'm saying now. So I'm showing you good examples para you can draw inspiration from. And I will also show you not so good examples. Ito yung wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayong magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Maglagay ka ng picture mo dyan. Lalaki man, babae in between, okay lang. Ilagay mo dyan. Member man tayo ng LGBTQ+, okay lang. You put it there. At least alam ng HR who to expect. A lot of times, yung mga pangalan kasi very interchangeable nowadays. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako, di ba? Eh, pag iba nababasa ko mga resume, ano nakalagay sa resume nila? Chris, nakalagay George, Alex, Sam, Nick, o diba? Joey. I would assume lalaki. Yun pala, babae. O diba? So that's why you better make sure you put your picture there. And wag naman pugot yung ulo nyo pag nilagay ng picture. Dapat kompleto. Okay? Never leave this blank because if you leave this blank, it will not catch the HR's attention. Trust me. Kung ikaw ang HR, wala ka namang ibang makita dyan, malamang mangyayari dito, next applicant na. Okay? And then if you want to catch the HR's attention, do not create something like this. This is just my opinion. I don't think this looks professional kasi ang dating parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, no? Parang chill-chill, walang pakialam sa buhay. Again, that is just my interpretation. Okay? So I showed you the good and not so good examples para you'll be guided. Now you can just play along later on kung anong sa tingin nyo mas bagay sa inyong background or sa inyong sa gusto niyo ipakita sa personality niyo. Okay? Now let's examine a very good example. Look at this person, itong eye expert. Bakit maganda itong example ng kanyang resume link? Because all the information you're seeing here, kompleto na. 'Di ba? Hindi ka na magpabalik-balik eh. Kung ikaw yung HR, everything that you need to ask or you want to know about the applicant, you already find it here. If you're the applicant, you might as well put everything there para wag mo na antayin pa yung time na hihingiin pa sa'yo ng HR yung mga documents yan. Baka hindi na mangyari yun. Baka may ibang aplikante na mas assertive, nilagay lahat ng mga information na i-process na siya kaagad. Diba? Now, at this point, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, sir, okay nga tong resume link. Kaso lang, baka naman yung information ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman nakalantad na sa buong internet. Ang sagot ay, hindi. Kaya nga tinawag na the most secure tool for your job application. Diba? Bakit? Because you control your privacy settings. Ikaw mismo, as an account user or as a resume link owner, ikaw ang may control ng privacy settings mo. And how will that happen? When you log into your dashboard, as you can see in my screen, when you log into your dashboard, you will find the resume link settings. Pagpunta mo sa settings, mapuntahan mo yung privacy settings at dun ka mamili ngayon ng information you want to show or hide in public. So let me use an example. If you don't want to show your birthday, what do? You turn it off. You don't want to show your references, you turn it off. You don't want to show your address, what do? Turn it off. Diba? So yung mga information na in-off mo, hindi lalabas sa public. Now, if ever lang you decide to change your mind, ang maganda dito sa resume link, updated yan, real time. As in real time. So 5 minutes later, you want to show your birthday, turn it on. What happens? Lahat ng mayroong alam ng resume link mo, alam na niya yung birthday mo. Diba? If 2 days later, you want to show your address, you turn it on, you save your profile, lahat ng may alam ng resume link mo, alam na rin yung inyong address. You get what I'm saying? Diba? So, depende na sa inyo kung ano gusto mo i-on or i-off. If you want to turn off everything, then okay lang. You can just turn off the button. Enable public resume link, off. Wala nang lalabas sa public. Kahit na anong information. Okay? So, yan ang re-remind ko sa inyo. This, the second step is for you to complete the information. And in doing so, please make sure that your profile is interesting, diba? Yung information mo kompleto at updated ang details nyo para mabilis kayo makontak ng mga HR. Now, we go to the last step. Pangatlo na, last step na to. The last step is for you to submit. Now, how will you submit your resume link to those companies? You might be thinking you want to explore opportunities outside of the Philippines. Maybe you want to join some job fairs later on. You want to apply online. You want to, marami, walk-ins, diba? Depende kung ano kasi bumabalik na yung face-to-face ngayon. So, lahat ng mga ipapakita ko sa inyo, lahat ito, practical application. Lahat yan, makaka-relate kayo. Ano yung first one? The first one is you go online. Of course. Diba? Yun ang fastest way. You just connect via your phone, via kung ano man gadget mo, go to jobs.at.com, search for companies. And by the way, speaking of search, you can only search for company, tatlo lang pwede mo i-search ha. Search for company name, position title, and location. Doon sa search bar, hindi mo pwede ma-search ang resume link. So example lang, ikaw si John Santos, okay? O kaya ikaw si, ako na lang, Kim, halimbawa lang, subukan mo pumunta sa jobs180.com, doon sa search bar, type mo doon Kim. Tingnan mo kung may lumabas. Malamang sa malamang, walang lalabas. Unless may company name, position title, or location na may word na Kim. Other than that, walang lalabas dyan. Kasi hindi siya searchable. So, the only time a company would be able to know your information is if and when you give your exact resume link to that company. So, ikaw may control. Ayos? So, tuloy natin. Okay, tuloy natin. So, if you're going to search for companies, what do? Just go to the website of jobs180.com, search for companies. Kung may lumabas, edi meron. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Diba? Ganun lang yan. Huwag natin pilitin magkaroon ng something kung wala talaga. Diba? Okay, so ano gagawin? Tingnan mo yung mga companies. Kung meron kang type, edi gawin nyo, check nyo yung opportunities. After that, you now submit your information to that company. Okay, when you submit your information to the company, it will ask for your profile, for your resume link and password. So ikaw lang magbibigay ng consent dun sa company. Okay? Now another option is for you to send resumes via email. Now there's nothing wrong in sending resumes through email. Ang tanong dito is, how are you sending your resumes through email? Do you do it like this? Do you say, "Dear HR manager, I'd like to apply for the following position. This is my resume." Tapos mag-attach ka ng Word file, PDF file, or whatever file you have. If you're doing those attachments pa, ang tawag dyan, traditional, pampabagal, makaluma. Hindi ko sinabing mali. Ang sabi ko lang, traditional, pampabagal, makaluma. Bakit? Hindi mo kailangan mag-attach anything anymore. If you're going to write an email and send your resume, just simply type your resume link there. "Dear HR manager, I would like to apply for the following position. This is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, jobs180.com, send. Tapos na. Ganun lang kabilis. Diba? Whatever changes you need to do, you put it inside your resume link. You don't have to keep on sending another attachment. Paano kung imagine mo na lang, nag-attach ka ng Word file, diba? Ng PDF file. Tapos nagpalit ka ng address, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Email mo na may HR. "Dear HR manager, I'm sending you my updated resume." Ganun ba? Paano kung 2 months later, lumipat ka ng bahay, iba na address mo, send ka ulit ng bagong resume? "Dear HR manager, I'm sending you my updated, most recent resume." I don't think you'll do that. Kasi kung ganun ang ginagawa mo, sayang sa oras yan, nakakapagod sa part mo, lalong-lalo naman sa part ng HR, mas nakakapagod to keep track kung saan dyan yung pinaka-updated na attachment or pinaka-updated na resume ng aplikante. And this time around, if you have your resume link, all you need to do is just update your resume link at lahat na may alam ng resume link mo, makikita nila yung pinaka real-time update ng profile or information. Ayos ba? Ayos ba? Sige, another one. For those who wanted to use a hard copy, gusto mo talaga may hard copy ka, when you apply to those companies, you want to give something, then this is also possible. What do? You go to your dashboard inside your job seeker account, then you can print your resume link. Mamili ka lang, 1 column or 2 column version. Either way, the system will try to compress everything into 1 page. O diba? Maginhawa sa buhay. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-apply sa mga kumpanya, hindi mo na kailangan mag-prepare ng maraming mga pages. Minsan, diba, yung mga aplikante, mga 2-3 pages ang isang set ng resume. Palibasa, yung font size 45. Kaya umaabot ng 2-3 pages. O diba? Pero this time, the system will try to compress everything na into 1 page. Just in case you really want to have a hard copy. O diba? Tipid. Okay? Another thing pa for me to encourage you to do is you use resume link cards. Resume link cards. Ano tong resume link card? Kung sa mga nagtatrabaho na, ang tawag namin business card. Sa mga nag-a-apply, tawag dyan, resume link card. So in one piece of paper, whether short bond or long bond paper, you can now design it your own way. You can design it, depende kung ano ang gusto mo, pagiging creativity mo. Ikaw bahala. You can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa laki or liit. Diba? Kasi laki ng index card or kasi liit lang ng mga normal business cards natin. Diba? So, depende. So, maybe in one long bond paper, you can make 10, 20 sets of cards na. And so, after you have it printed out, pwede ka na ngayon maggupit-gupit. Gupit-gupit na lang. Diba? 10 or 20, bawat kumpanya, you can now start to give that as a hard copy. Hard copy pa rin naman yan eh. But this time, why am I encouraging you to use resume link cards instead of the traditional long bond or short bond paper? Bakit? Una-una, tipid. Diba? Because of course, right now, eto, tipid. Kasi if you're going to apply to 20 companies, you don't need to print 20 sets of long bond papers. You just need to print one long bond paper and cut 20 small pieces of resume link cards. O, di ba? That's for the cost side. Tipid na. Pangalawa, at mas importante, security of information. Diba? You want to have peace of mind. Paano ko nasabi yan? Kapag ikaw yung nagbigay sa isang kumpanya ng long bond paper or short bond paper, example lang, no? It's a traditional resume. And for some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Okay? Nilipad ng hangin. Hindi mo kasalanan. Kasalanan ng hangin eh. Diba? May nakapulot na stranger. All your information, alam na nung stranger. Tama? And you cannot deny it because you know what I'm saying is true. Diba? Hindi mo kilala pero alam niya yung details mo. Now, using your resume link card, same scenario. Nagbigay ka ng resume link card sa company, nilipad ng hangin ngayon. May na stranger na nakapulot, okay lang. Bakit? Kampante ka. Kasi yung resume link, ikaw may control ng privacy settings mo. That's why, in your resume link card, what I recommend, you just simply put your name and your resume link. Dalawa lang. That's it. If you want to put your mobile number, it's okay. It's up to you. You can put it there. Diba? Pero ang point ko is, resume link, pwede na siya makita ng mga HR or mga companies na bibigyan mo. Diba? So you have peace of mind now. Okay? So there's a lot of advantages using resume links. In fact, doon pa lang sa privacy portion, panalong-panalo ka na. Ikaw ang may control ng privacy settings mo real time. Pagdating sa speed of hire, it becomes faster and more efficient because whatever you want to show the HR, you just attach it there. Whatever the HR needs from you, they just ask from you. Diba? You take a picture, you scan them, upload it there, and later on, pag okay na, you now turn off yung privacy settings mo. Diba? Or you can remove them in the attachments. Diba? Cost efficient, definitely wala tong gastos, tipid. Diba? If you're thinking, ay sir, paano po yung internet, kailangan ng pang-load? Pwede ka maging resourceful. Connect lang tayo sa mga libreng wifi. O, diba? And then, pagdating sa flexibility, if you really want to have it printed out, yung inyong resume, you also have the option to print it out. That's like how I showed it to you, 1 column or 2 column version. Either way, it's really up to you. Pero ang point ko is, resume link na lahat yan. Okay? And you can use this to any platform, whatever platform you want to share it to. You want to share it sa mga messenger nyo, you want to share it sa email, sa Viber, sa text, diba? Gusto mo, kaya ko bahala. Diba? Gusto mo, sulat mo sa papel, tapos gawa ka ng airplane, palipad mo, diba? May nakakuha, alam niya yung resume link mo. Ikaw bahala. Okay? Ikaw may control kung sino ang gusto mo bigyan. Okay? You don't have to use your USBs anymore. You don't have to save it sa hard drive. Baka mawala pa yung USB nyo. Delikado. Diba? Wag na. Baka kung ano pa makita ng mga nakakapulot ng mga USB na yan. Okay? So you don't need to worry about compatibility as well because this is compatible to any platform. If you're using Android, you're using Safari, kung ano magamit mo, pwede yan sa kahit anumang version. Okay? And so, just to promote lang, if you want to be part of our team, we're also hiring. Mismo sa jobs180.com, we're hiring for several opportunities, several vacancies yan. Check out na lang yung aming jobs180.com/jobs180 na page. Okay? And by the grace of God, shout out lang ako, right now we have more than 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, from north all the way to the south of the Philippines. Thank you, Lord. O, diba? Ang kinalat namin, hindi lang virus. Biro lang. Kinalat namin resume link. Yan ang kinalat natin. So, a lot of schools now, including your alma mater, are now using the resume link. So, I hope it doesn't stop here. No? You become a blessing to others as well. If you have friends, you have yung mga relatives mo, na sa tingin mo kailangan nitong tool na ito, you can share it to them. Wala namang bayad eh. Libre naman yan. Okay? And so, as we close this portion, I'd like to discuss some of the frequently asked questions. Baka ito yung mga agam nyo or ito yung mga questions na gusto nyo tanungin. Sagutin ko na muna. Okay? Unang tanong, can I give my resume links to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. Basta alam nila eksaktong link mo at ikaw may control sino bibigyan mo nun. Ikaw lang ang magbibigay. Diba? So, ikaw lang may alam sino binigyan mo. Okay? Now, second question, is it the same as other job platform kagaya ng JobStreet, LinkedIn, or any other job site? The answer is no. May dalawang pagkakaiba. And let me use an example here. Let me do a shout out to JobStreet, no? Because I think you guys know what JobStreet is. So, shout out lang to them sa mga nasa JobStreet. If you're using JobStreet na resume, you can only apply to companies who are using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. Pero pag gamit mo yung resume link mo, pwede mo yung gamitin kahit na saan, kahit na kanino, kahit na anong platform. Diba? Basta alam ng HR yung eksaktong link mo at ikaw magbibigay nun. That's the first difference. Second difference, if you have already submitted your JobStreet resume to an HR, you cannot change anything anymore. Well, you can on your end, but it will not be reflected on the HR. Hindi siya magiging real-time update. Comparing it to resume link ni Jobs 180, you can update it real-time 2 days later, 5 minutes later, 6 weeks later, ikaw bahala, anytime nag-update ka ng information, lahat na in-update mo, dagdag bawas, will be reflected real time across all na may alam ng resume link mo. Okay? So those are the two major differences. Now, pagdating sa pangatlong question, yan ang pinaka-simpleng tanong. Can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na job application platform. Okay? So, use your resume link. Number 4 question, I think, is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? The answer is every time. Every time na meron kang babaguhin. Okay? Every time na meron kang babaguhin. Lalong-lalo na yung contact details mo. Kasi imagine, binago mo lahat. Binago mo yung work experience mo, nagkaroon ka ng awards, nagkaroon ng achievement, hindi ka naman makontakt ng HR. Wala rin, di ba? Sayang din. That's why you have to update yung contact details nyo. Okay? And the last question is just a trivia. Trivia lang, palaisipan. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around 180 degrees. And in case you're wondering, no, you wanted to raise a concern, bakit hindi po 360? Kasi pag 360 degrees, you only go back to where you started. Ikot ka lang na ikot, wala kang pupuntahan. 'Di ba? Bumabalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Oh, ha? Oh, 'di ba? Char lang 'yan. Okay? So, anyways, again, kung meron pa kayo ibang questions, just in case you have questions, okay, you may send those questions here through our website, www.jobs180.com. You can also email us or email me here sa info@jobs180.com. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, pati na rin sa TikTok. Okay, so check us out on all our social media platform. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chua. Don't forget the wa. Okay? Isang magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Kim, for your discussion about the resume link. So guys, sa mga hindi pa nakapag-create na kanilang resume link, do not forget to visit www.jobs180.com. Alright? And for those students as well who are interested to apply with Jobs180, just visit www.jobs180.com/jobs180. All right. And if you have question, by the way, with resume link or with jobs180.com, you may email your questions to info@jobs180.com. All right. Thank you so much, Sir Kim. We are looking forward to have you to our next set of webinars. All right. Let's move on to our next speaker with the topic, the new era of work, adapting to the new environment. Cyrine graduated cum laude from the Trinity University of Asia, St. Luke's College of Nursing, Quezon City. She embraced continuing professional development and earned a graduate degree of Master of Arts in Nursing, majoring in Nursing Administration at the University of Makati. The Operations Manager, Emergency Operations, Clinical Operations and Innovation, Nursing and Patient Care Services Division from Makati Medical Center, Ms. Cyrine Sarmiento. Hi, ma'am. Good afternoon, Ms. Cyrine. Basta, good afternoon po. Yes, ma'am. You may share your screen na po. Yes. You may click the present po, ma'am, and then after the present, share screen po. And do not forget, ma'am, to share your system audio if you are using video later, if you will be playing video later po. Alright. Okay na po. All good, Ms. Cyrine, you may turn on your camera as well. Since your screen is up, I'll be right back after 20 minutes for the Q&A. Thank you so much, ma'am. Good luck po.
Good afternoon. So, pleasant afternoon to the CEU students or graduates from CEU. So, I'm Cyrine O. Sarmiento from Makati Medical Center, Operations Manager in the Emergency Department, and I'm here to share with you the new era of work, adapting to the new environment. So here's just my disclaimer for my slides. And I'm sharing a video of my home for about 12 years. Makati Medical Center.
This is the
This is
healthy
the
norm.
healthy normal. Our children get proper and timely care. Our patients receive safe and finest treatments. We are confident to go to checkups without worries or fear. We experience service that's from the heart. In Makati Medical Center, our patient safety is our top priority. Now is the time to take care of our health more than ever. No fear, no worries, because we are always safe in Makati Med.
So we are open for clinical and non-clinical positions. We are encouraging everyone to be part of a hospital with a stronger heart. So for this afternoon session, at the end of this session, I want everyone to learn four new things. First is to describe the new normal and the era of work. Second is to define and understand the skills of adaptability during VUCA. You'll understand also what VUCA means later on. I'll discuss it with you. Next is to determine the strategies to effectively thrive to the new environment. And lastly is to value the importance of constantly improving adaptability skills at work. So new normal. New normal is a state to which an economy, society settles following a crisis. When this differs from a situation that prevailed prior to the start of the crisis, just like what happened to us right now, we are in a state of pandemic, so we are going to the new normal. Okay. I'm sharing with you these photos of one of the examples, common examples of adaptive system, which is, I think my audience are already Gen Zs here. I don't think you already, naabutan niyo po ba itong phone na to? Nokia phone. So Nokia is one of the early movers of cell phones when they started. They have been the leading phone when they started early in our time, but it had an but it could have been still the leading smartphone in the market, but it had an advantage of being an early mover. But then Nokia was attacked by entirely different kind of competitor, which is Apple. Apple's adaptive system of they have a supplier, they have the telecom partnership, and numerous independent application developers which created and supported iPhone. So here's one of the example of the adaptive system that affected one of our technologies. Here another advantage that thrive the new technologies, which is Netflix, introduced the streaming media and video on demand compared to before when we want to watch something, But we wait for 3 p.m. to watch this show. But with Netflix, for example, we can watch it anytime when we wanted to watch a movie. Airbnb on hotel industry, they're introducing something new also. Uber for transportation and Lazada for e-commerce platform. Okay, wait for a while. Ayan. So I want to share with you in my department, in the emergency department, since I'm also a nurse and I'm a healthcare worker, we also have these advances that we use. First is this automated CPR machine. Who would have known? Since in your maybe you are studying in schools that for CPRs we do it manually, right? But here in Makati Med we already have our automated CPR machines wherein these machines are the ones who are doing the CPR. So hindi na yung manual na we do the BLS, but instead we use these machines in our emergency department. Also, with the products of advancement, we also have our video laryngoscope. Instead of doing the manual intubation using the laryngoscope blades, we have our video laryngoscope, which guides the doctors when they intubate the patient. So here are some of the common advances that we have in the healthcare system in Makati Medical Center. So for forecasting the key trends in the new world of work, first is the accelerated digital transformation. Emergencies are frequently considered as catalysts for change. Like, for example, what happened to us? The pandemic, it brought about change in our work, in our school, before we go to face classes. But when this pandemic happened, we do the work from home or we do our online classes instead of on-site classes. We also have the emergency of hybrid work. So because face-to-face or on-site work cannot be done, several companies have devised work to be done as work from home or not on-site settings. We also have the continued existence of the office. So there are other industries that don't support the offsite or work from home setup. Examples are agriculture. Of course, we cannot plant at home. Instead, di ba? Agriculture self-explanatory. Restaurants and hotel services, um, they cannot support the remote working conditions. Next is changes in organizational infrastructure and labor mobility. Businesses worldwide are seeing the merits of work from home or hybrid work, including but not limited to having a larger talent pool but saving money on rent. Such transition will boost the economy on the cities concerned as well as their surrounding areas. So the companies have seen that working from home can save them from renting from office. So there are the other trends. Another trend is the challenges of management and atomistic tendencies at work. So the challenges of performance management, for example, there are technology related problems that take longer to resolve remotely than in an office where employees might have technical support. So when you have problems or difficulties at work and then the programs are not functioning and you are working at home, di ba, medyo mahirap yun i-resolve. Unlike na pag nasa office ka, tatawag ka lang sa hotline nyo sa IT service department, they can troubleshoot it immediately. So, it can cause some disruption in working environment, as well as it also affects your productivity because hindi pa nga functioning yung programs you need to accomplish your work for the day. So those are one of the key trends in the new work of world. Another is potential exacerbation of existing inequality. So what are these things? Like, for example, there are more digital technology, automation, artificial intelligence. Certain types of occupation could adversely be affected due to this accelerated digital transformation that we have. Lastly is managing work-life balance. For work-life balance, we encourage healthy work practices such as working within regular hours and taking regular breaks. So if it's your break time, don't go working breaks. Instead, you really consume your break times. Um, Drink a coffee before you work or have a breakfast, have a good lunch. Um, And taking regular breaks will help employees to draw a firm line between work and non-work activities. So what is adaptability? So adaptability, as defined by Merriam-Webster, is the ability to make fit as for a specific or new use or situation, often by modification. Adaptability means the ability to be flexible and to adjust to changing factors, conditions, and environment. Adaptability is actually a skill that allows you to be flexible and you are able to accept change easily. Adaptable people tend to thrive in unpredictable environment, just like what the type of environment that we're having right now is unpredictable. There is pandemic, there is um, maraming mga pangyayaring nangyayari sa atin ngayon. So, it's really unpredictable and we can quickly learn on how to restructure their tasks to adapt to new information, policies, and procedures. So, VUCA. VUCA stands for V for volatility, U for uncertainty, C for complexity, and A for ambiguity. Volatility is described as the speed of change in a certain situation. So, ang bilis ng mga pangyayari, nangyayari siya napakabilis. So, there's volatility. For uncertainty, it refers to events in which we do not have enough information to predict their outcome. The elements of surprise. So, hindi mo alam what will happen. We can make proper plans to achieve our goals. So, that's uncertainty. For complexity, there are complex systems that consist of a large number of parts that are highly interconnected and interacting with each other. So, it's very complex yung mga events na nangyayari sa atin. For ambiguity, is about interpreting a situation that is vague, obscure, incomplete, and fuzzy. So, Harvard Business Review have suggested these characteristics of VUCA and how we can approach or examples on how we can approach the VUCA categories. Okay. So for example, for volatility, our approach is to build a slack and devote resources for preparedness. For uncertainty, our approach is to invest in information. For complexity, our approach is to restructure. For ambiguity, our approach is to experiment. So our new era of work is described as first is the COVID-19 pandemic. We all know we are living in this COVID-19 pandemic for about 2 years from now. So 2 years tayong nasa COVID-19 pandemic. So most likely when you apply for work, when you go to a new work or you're accepted in your new job, so this will still be present in the area of your work. So there is still the pandemic precautions, the pandemic protocols. So there can also be hybrid workplace for those na kayang gawin naman remotely yung trabaho. There are also technological advances and as well as when you enter in a work, There are also generational differences in the workplace. Like for example, as they all say, Gen Zs, kayo yun, di ba? You are general computer literate people. The millennials are the communication. Sila daw yung sa best in communication, mga millennials. For Gen X naman, they are called the problem solvers. And the baby boomers are logical thinkers. So even if there are generational differences in the workplace, I think you can benefit from it kasi you can learn from these different generation um, groups. Okay, so what are the adaptability skills that you need for you to be able to adapt on this new era? First is communication. What is important in communication is not really about the talking, but about the listening. Or not only listening, but active listening. Kasi, example, now we are really preoccupied. I'm not sure if all of you are really listening to me. Maybe some of you are just open the StreamYard or doing something else, but your focus, di ba? Palagi tayong multitask. We open a lot of windows in the computers when we do something. So, for you to adapt, you have to have a good communication skill, which is active listening. Be- because you are able to know what are the things that you need to adapt onto when you have this active listening. Next skill is the interpersonal skill, which is being able to interact with others in healthy and positive ways. It can help you avoid miscommunication and conflict during your shift or during your work. Another adaptability skill is the problem solving skill, to fight, which will help you in finding creative solution to challenging topics at work. Okay. We also have this creative and strategic thinking, which helps you in developing new ideas, finding ways to adapt to a changing market. Another adaptability skill that you should have is teamwork. So, no man is an island. Not everything you can accomplish on your own, but you have to have a teamwork because being able to adapt to a different personalities and working dynamics, your colleagues can also be a combination of different skills. You can learn new skills from your colleagues. May it be a baby boomer, katulad may sinabi ko yung generational differences, it can also benefit from you because you can learn problem solving, logical thinking from the other generational um, people that you will be working with too. Okay, and being able to work on a diverse team of people, you'll be able to deal with conflict and you will be able to um, adapt. Lastly, for the, I think this is also one of the important adaptation or adaptability skills, which is organizational skills. So, who among you are before studying, they fix their tables. So, yun pa lang, it practice discipline on preparing all their books before they go to school or before you attend your classes, di ba? So, organization is when you maintain an organized work area, including your paperwork, when you're already working, your digital files, and other aspects of your job. You can be better prepared if operational changes happen at work. So, when there are changes that happen in work and napakagulok ng table mo, di ba? So, how can you adapt on the changes kung you yourself are not organized at all, di ba? So, organization skills is also part of the adaptability skills. So, how to improve your adaptability skills? First, you should be aware of changes in your environment. You should be aware of the memos if you're in the new company or if in a new company, you should imbibe the policies, the procedures, the mission, vision of the company or the institution that you're applying to, and other operational processes to stay abreast of the changes to various company practices. So, hindi ka lang dun basta papasok because you just want to have the 8 to 5 work or to do the shift, but instead you have to imbibe all the policies, the procedure, the mission, the vision, or the core values of the company that you are working to. So you should be aware. Okay. Another is to develop a growth mindset. Developing a growth mindset can positively influence your ability to take on new challenges, find new opportunities to develop your knowledge, and contribute to new projects. Um, your willingness and motivation to keep improving upon your skills can also show your commitment to your professional growth. Another way is to set goals for yourself. For instance, for example, if you feel like you might be weaker in nonverbal communication, you might set a goal to work on each aspect of skill to improve your nonverbal communication, to adapt to changes in the workplace. So set goals for yourself. Ask for feedback. This is very important. Ask for feedback. You might think about requesting for a feedback or constructive criticism to whom? Of course, not to your friends, but in work, you have to ask it from your managers because they would help you. They will tell you what are your weak points, what are the points that you need to improve on. So, this will also help you with your improvement in your adaptability skills. And also, positive and constructive feedback can be beneficial for setting goals and achieving success in your career. Last is to learn to acknowledge and accept change. So, we have learning to acknowledge changes in your career can help you prepare yourself and help you to adapt to different circumstances. Okay. So, how to adapt to a new environment? So, first, ask questions. Don't be shy to ask questions to your colleagues when you are new in the workplace, to your managers, to your trainers, to your in the hospital setting we call them preceptors. So, always ask a question. Next is never compare your previous company to your new company because, of course, your previous company is really different from a new company because there are different set of cultures from your old company compared to your new company. They also have different policies, procedures, mission, vision, and the way they do their culture is really different. So it won't help you if you keep on comparing other companies to your company. Next is learn the culture. So you have to learn. That's why being in the office compared to work from home is really an advantage because when you're in the office, you would really absorb, learn the culture of the new company that you'll be working with. Next is connect with other colleagues. Connecting with your colleagues would not only develop you new networks but also would also teach you new things and that would help you adapt to the new work environment. Next is you have to embrace the change. So, just like I think parang ngayon yata, parang nabasa yata ni Nokia tong presentation ko. Nakita ko kasi kanina sa Facebook, they launched their new logo. I think they are already adapting or they're really thriving right now. So they are now actually they are embracing the change. They are evolving. So like you have to also embrace the change. Not everything that you are used to working or doing is the same thing that you will still do when you are um, 20 years old, 25 years old, 22 years old, diba? So everything, it changes. It's constantly changing. Lastly, you have to set new and realistic goals for you to be able to adapt to a new environment. Okay. So that ends my slide. I hope you learned something this afternoon about the adapting to the new environment or the new work era. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miss Cyrene, for giving us a glimpse on what to expect, all right, in the new world of work. All right, if you have questions, guys, you may post it now to the comment section regarding the topic or with Makati Medical Center. Okay. Miss Cyrene, here is the offline question po. Since you shared to us kung ano po yung how to adapt po yung new environment of work. What are the challenges naman po working in a hybrid setup, something like that po?
For hybrid setup, for example, when yun nga, katulad ng example ko, when you are working for work from home and you
Mm-mm.
are experiencing technical difficulties, for example, um, hindi gumagana yung program or yung app you need for you to
Mm-mm.
accomplish your work, 'di ba medyo mahirap mag-contact with the IT or the support team to help you to troubleshoot the problem. Unlike when you're in the office setting na you just call the people are here to help you, 'di ba? Compared to
Yes,
those
ma'am.
na nasa bahay ka, you're calling from home, 'di ba? And then you are the ones doing the own troubleshoot in the computer. Unlike when you're in the office, there is someone who will do the troubleshoot for you. So I think that's one of the challenges working in a hybrid setting. Another is I think how you can separate since you're in the house. Example na lang, if you're a parent already, you have your child, and your child, of course, it's still a toddler, hindi naman nila naiisip na you're working. Instead, they think you're just in the computer, di ba? Their tendency is really to go to you and to may istorbo ka talaga sa work. So, the fine line between working and being a parent ay naando doon. Parang at the same time, it's happening to you. Kaya, it's one of the things na challenge talaga when you are in a work from home setup.
Thank you so much, Miss Cyrene. Ma'am, how about for those students naman po na interested mag-apply with Makati Medical Center? What are the expectations they can get from your company po once they get hired po?
Once they get hired po, I think these
Mm-mm.
are nurses, right? Nurses, medtech, or
Yes, ma'am.
from healthcare industry. Since Makati Medical Center is a JCI accredited hospital, really we really value the quality of work, and we have trainings also to offer to them. Hindi naman namin, we will support them prior to deployment. We will train them the needed skills. We will equip them. Example is for nurses. There are trainings that we do like IV insertion prior to deploying them to the units or to the area where they'll be assigned. And in Makati Medical Center, we are one of the leading hospitals. So the cases that we have here are really the ones that, in case they would, of course, we all know the nurses will really apply abroad after they gain the experience, diba? Are almost the same as um, I already experienced with some of my colleagues who went abroad, 'di ba? Parang almost same yung setup nila in the in US, in New Zealand, and in Makati Med. Almost same kasi it's the same as a JCI hospital. Kaya medyo hindi sila nahirapan mag-adapt dun sa bago nilang work abroad. Kasi almost the
Wow.
same patients.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Miss Irene. Mukhang mahihayin ng ating mga audience today. Wala silang question. But
Okay.
guys, if you have questions with Miss Irene, you may send us a message sa aming Facebook, okay? All right. Thank you so much once again, Miss Irene, for sharing us your knowledge and your time. We are looking forward to have you to our next webinar po. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Irene. And we are now down to our last speaker. All right. The founder. All right. With the topic life after graduation, challenges and opportunities the founder and CEO from the Global Academy New Zealand, the CEO and president of Petalver Management Consultancy Services, the president of Petalver Training Services, the former program director of Ateneo Center for Continuing Education, Transformational Sales Leadership, the former dean of Brown and Proud Academy Masterclasses and Creative Entrepreneurship, the Training Harvard Entrepreneurship Academy Strategic and Executive Master Classes, Master in Business Administration for Management and Entrepreneurship, the founder of Sales Champ Network Academy, the book author of Seesaw Sell, Killer Instinct Mindsets to Sell More and Win More, MBA for Management Entrepreneurship, the Master in Business Administration Made Easy, Coach Jonathan Petalver. Hi, sir. Good
Hi,
afternoon.
Maria. Yeah, medyo na ano ka na doon, nabilao ka na
Yes, sir.
doon
Sobrang
sa
damage.
ating ano.
Congrats, sir.
Anyways, yeah, I was listening kay ano kanina from Makati Med, and yeah, I'm learning a lot from her. But this time, sabi ko nga, what can I contribute in the next few minutes? This is quite urgent for me. I'm still on another, I don't know kung nakikita nyo. I'm still in another event. Anyways, so yeah, today
Yes,
is
sir.
a very special day because I'm going to give a quick transformational mindset program for everyone, which I call the champion mindset. Ayan. So, taas
Wow.
yung
Thank you so
kamay.
much, Sir Jonathan. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
po. Since your screen is up, I'm sorry to interrupt. But I'll be right back after 20 minutes po for the
Good.
Q&A. Thank you so much,
Sure.
sir.
Sure, mabilis lang ito. Anyways, so again, good afternoon everyone. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. And thanks for inviting me. Siyempre, if there's an invitation from from the school, no, who brought me where I am right now, modesty aside, it's none other than Centro Escolar University. So I'm also an alumnus, no, and modesty aside, I was awarded the Stellar Jubilarian. So that means it's been more than 25 years that I've graduated from the school. And yeah, I'd like to give this mindset for the last 3 decades. No, I'd like to share with you itong tinatawag na the champion mindset. No, and when I talk about the champion mindset, ito yung because we came from this pandemic which we call the COVID-19, right? No, so it's been almost 3 years or 3 years, and all we need to do is to restart, reboot, and we reprogram ourselves. Okay, next slide please. So ano ba itong champion mindset, Coach John? When you talk about the champion mindset, ayan. Can I control it from here or do you need there? Um, Put it simply this way, no? Every day is a new day. And when you talk about the champion mindset, it's always about talking ground zero. Kumbaga, yes, we learn in the past, no, but what's up for us in the future is far, far greater than, let's say, the failures in the past. Next slide. When we talk about ground zero, the real champion mindset right now for everyone, for those of you who are about to graduate, for those of you who are sabihin na nating plans of doing this, doing that, champion mindset is simply producing results. And if you want to stay ahead, if you want to stay ahead in this new digital economy, let me re-emphasize that. No, kumaga, that's why I'm talking about reset, reboot, reprogram, because when you talk about the new physical slash digital economy, you have to be as passionate. So whatever you plan to do, you have to put your heart into it. That's what passion is all about. Tama? Kumbaga, how would you know that the person is passionate? Kumbaga, at the end of the day, he doesn't or she doesn't mind what time it is. That's how passionate the person is. But of course, with the new digital economy, the new you is the faster you. So not only you are passionate, not only you have the speed, but you combine both to produce result. Let me explain this a little bit. Next slide, please. So, Coach John, ano ba yung sinasabi? Ano bang ibig sabihin pag sinabi mong champion? In everything we do, we always have to be aware that we have to prepare ourselves psychologically. And maybe for some of you, you can attest to this, na it's hard to go into a ball game, it's hard to go into a game, no, without being psychological. You have to prepare your mind in everything you do. So as you move forward your career, as you move forward in the next years to come, no, always remember that you have to prepare yourself mentally. Case in point, diba? Just like us as professors, as teachers, diba? The students know if you really prepared for it. So now that you will no longer be just students in the next in the near future, you have to prepare yourself mentally. Prepare everything as if you are going into a boxing game later on. No? I'm going to explain to you. So the awareness is not just you prepare yourself mentally or psychologically, but as a champion, you have to prepare yourself physically. Okay? Hindi ko napapakita, but you know what? You know, I think Sir Jerry saw me. No? I used to be 225 pounds. I'm already 50 years old, but sabi ko, it's hard for me to be 225. Ang bigat niyan because that's not my usual weight. My usual weight is 165, 170, 175 the most, no? And right now, no, because I have to prepare myself in the years to come with the things that I'm about to do. I'm committing myself. I'll be passionate as possible. I'm now what at 175 pounds. So for the past months, almost a year, I was able to lose and maintain a weight of 175 pounds. Coach John, why is it important to prepare yourself physically as well? There will be things that will be needed or that you will be needing wherein you have to be there physically. And you have, as a champion, the awareness is not just you are aware mentally, but you are there physically as well. Then and only then, the two things follow, which is becoming technical or strategic and becoming tactical, those activities that will produce results. Next slide, please. There you go. The champion's awareness. Psychologically, di ba? For sure, you're familiar, kahit mga bata pa yung ilan sa atin, you're familiar of who Muhammad Ali is. Muhammad Ali is the greatest boxing champion ever. Siguro, wala nang makakatulad sa kanya. Yes, Manny Pacquiao, our own senator, no? But when it comes to his weight, yung heavyweight, itong sinasabi niya. The most champion boxers of all time. Anong sabi niya mga kabataan? Champions are not made in gyms. They have something deep inside them, no? They have the desire, they have the dream, and they have the vision until they become who they want to be. So nakita niyo yung mindset ni Ali. For sure, some of you, you know, di ba? Kasi syempre, the apartheid before, di ba? Black siya, di ba? In his era, pag black ka, patungan ka lang ng paa, you know, you are a slave. Pero ito yung naging mindset niya. That's why he became a champion because he has a dream, just like you. He has a desire and he has a vision of what the future holds. And I want you to hold into that. You have a big future. It doesn't matter where you came from. What matters is your future, what's in front of you is far, far greater than what's behind you. Yan si Ali. That's why he has that champion mindset. Next slide, please. So, Coach John, ano yung dapat naming isipin? Ano yung dapat naming gawin? Practical tips, no? There are things that you can do. Number one, in every situation, you can avoid it. Number two, you can simply cope with it. Or number three, dito kilalang-kilala mga Pilipino, we just survive. But mind you, you have the champion in you. You are a champion. So, you have a choice. Manage and thrive in this new exciting digital economy. Because at the end of the day, amidst this pandemic, your decision to move forward is your choice. And everything, that's why napakahalaga nitong champion mindset, because everything will be triggered where you set your mind. That's a simple definition of mindset. It's where you set your mind. It's the thoughts you entertain, it's the thought that lingers in your mind that will set you apart. The good news is, the choice is yours to make. Anong gusto mong piliin? Would you like to choose those things that will scare you? Or would you like to do things that will lift you up, increase your faith, and move forward? That's the champion mindset. I want to show you a classic example. Next slide, please. There's a classic example, no? Yung tinatawag na awareness. Yes, ma'am. Next slide. See, ito yung example ng psychological, physical. There you go. Diba? Our very own boxer. Kaya sabi ko sa inyo, in this life, what Coach John saw, no, the last 35 years or 30 years of my life after graduation na ang labanan pala, hindi lang pagalingan. Because I believe God created you to be good, to be the best. Pero right now, with the new economy, the digital economy, everything is automated, wherein you have to give convenience, everything is easy, convenient, and all, everything must be experiential. So ang labanan, pakinggan niyo mga kabataan, hindi lang pagalingan, magaling ka na. Magaling yan. Ako naniniwala ako na lahat ng tao magaling, it just so happen na hindi siya nailalagay sa tama. So ano yung bilis-bilisan mo na? Just like Manny Pacquiao, no? As a champion, di ba yan? Kinalaban niya lahat yan. And mind you, kung makikita nyo rito, lahat ng mga kinalaban niya, champion. What's the big difference? For every fall, he rise. Why? Because champions can be knocked down, but champions can never be knocked out unless you make a decision to get out of the ring and surrender your gloves and say, I give up. So tandaan nyo yan, ang labanan, hindi lang pagalingan. Ang labanan, pabilisan. Next slide. As the famous Sir Jackson mentioned, diba? Ito yon. As I end this, mabilis lang ito. What's your thoughts? Ano man ang iniisip nyo, salain nyo yan. Why? Kung ano yung papasok sa isip nyo araw-araw, they will become your words. So watch your thoughts because they will become your words. Kung ano iniisip mo, yun ang masasabi mo. At pag nasabi mo na yon, they will become your actions. And when it becomes your actions, it becomes your habit, and your habits become your character. And the reason why you are there, where you are right now, it is your destiny. Sa ngayon. Because of your character, your habit, your action, and your words. So if you want to change your destiny, you can change your thoughts. It's all about your mindset. And I want to end this short talk with you, mga kababayan, or my dear friends and fellow Escolarians. Next slide, please. The famous, di ba? The famous author, the famous artist himself, William Shakespeare. Sabi niya, act like a champion. Yes, it's all about the mindset, but start acting it now as if you have it already. That's why he said, be great in your actions as you have been in thought. Diba? On the side, on the contrary, sinasabi ng iba, fake it till you make it. No, you're not faking it. You're living it because you know in God's perfect time, you will make it. You will be the person you want to be. And I'd like to end my slide with this. Always dedicate yourself, your day with our Maker. The champion's prayer is always consider that it is a new day and that day is a decision that you have to make. Kaya nga sabi doon, moment. Because your moment will trigger your momentum. Of course, I'll just skip na lang. I'll just jump. No? You want it to begin. Kumbaga, everything is a mindset. Declare yourself, I am favored, I am blessed, I am healed, I am restored. I will make this exam. I will pass this exam. My professor will like my report. It's a declaration. You want it to begin and not loss. You want it to be good and not evil. And of course, every day is a success. Even though it's a failure, right perspective, be grateful that it's a success. So my dear fellow Escolarians and to those who are watching right now or listening, before you throw in your question, I'd like to share this with you. Ito yung naging susi ni Coach John, why we were able to grow our community from 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Right now, we have a 5,000 community and growing to 100,000 this year, even millions in the next few years. Last slide, please, before I put on the last slide. At the end of the day, the champion mindset, your goal is to build bridges. In fact, right now, Coach John is here. This is a golf tournament. I'm here, I sponsored, and I'm here to not just make friends, but I'm here to continuously build bridges because I don't know. Maybe I will be needing them in the near future. My children will be needing them in the near future. But my champion mindset is I will build bridges and constantly break barriers. Those barriers are things that you don't need. Bridges are things that you need. Continue to build friends, colleagues, things that you need, but break barriers. But most importantly, commit to the Lord, whatever you do, and I'll tell you, all your plans will succeed. Everything starts and ends with him. So you'd rather have, be with the champion because he will make you a champion. So if you have other needs, next slide, last slide, please. If you have other needs, Coach John is here. No, just log on to my website, coachjonathan.net. No, everything, anything you need, just approach us. We're giving scholarship, we're giving transformational programs because we have that passion and we apply the speed for us to create results. So the champion mindset will be your advantage. Maraming maraming salamat CEU, maraming salamat Jobs 180 for this. And yeah, the floor is now open. This is your coach, Coach John. See you in class. Maraming maraming salamat.
Thank you so much, Coach John, for sharing us the mindset of a champion. All right, thank you so much, guys. If you have questions regarding the topic with Coach John, you may post it now sa ating comment section. All right, Coach, here are the offline questions po.
Yes, you have question?
Yes, well, offline questions, sir. Um, you mentioned earlier na ang labanan is hindi lang pagalingan, kundi
Yes,
ang labanan
pabilisan.
is pabilisan. Sir, we want to ask about your thoughts po on what to do after graduation po. Is it okay na
Correct.
mag-rest muna or maghanap
No,
agad ng trabaho?
no. Two things, right? Um,
Mhm.
Rest is good, but it's not the right time to rest today. So, right
Yes, sir.
after graduation, two things. Keep on looking for, sabihin na natin, jobs o trabaho. Kasi the way I look at it, ang mindset ng champion, hindi trabaho ang hinahanap niya. Ang hinahanap niya is something where he or she can contribute or serve. Gets niyo yan? Yung para bang, don't just look for jobs, but look for an organization wherein you are really passionate to do what they're looking for. Like, case in point, let's say they're looking for sales or marketing. So, baga, you're there not to sell, but you're there to help people find the solutions and you have the right product or service. So, that's one. And number two, continue on educating yourself. Like what Coach John is doing. I continuously educate myself even though I've been teaching for what, 20 plus years. So, if you'll ask me, is it the right time? The champion mindset, the champion kasi never stops. Alam niyo yun, even though wala siyang laban, they keep on training. So, yun yung education. Pero pag may laban na siya, that's the time, they go into that and really, do it the best they can, as fast as they can. Alam niyo yun, yung parang the mindset is, if you can hit it in 1 month, why not do it in a week? Why? Because you never know if it's gonna work or not. It could be a failure, but since you still have the time, because time is your greatest resource. Time will be your greatest resource. So whether you fail or you don't, at least you were able to familiarize yourself with the situation. And that's what champions do. Remember, even champions are being knocked out, even champions are being
Yes.
knocked down, but what's good about is they keep on training. Di ba just like Senator Pacquiao, nung na-knockdown siya, train siya ulit, laban siya, natalo, laban, diretso lang, tuloy lang ang laban. That's a champion mindset.
Thank you so much, sir, for answering my question. Sir, last question. How about sa mga board passers po or program with board exams po pala? Do you suggest or is it better to work first then take the board exam po or board exam then work po?
No, actually, iba-iba ng learning curve. Kung kaya mong pagsabayan while taking board, nag-aaral, nagtatrabaho ka na, then do it. You get it, guys? Kasi passion plus speed equals result. It's your, and again, as I mentioned, your time will be your greatest resource. If you can do two things, three things all at the same time with the new technology, right?
Yes, sir.
Then maximize that, optimize that. Huwag mong isipin na you still have a lot of time. The champion mindset is, I only have this limited time. My ability is limited. My time is limited. My opportunity is limited. That's why when you can hit it now, hit it as hard as you can because you don't know if you still have tomorrow.
That's right, sir. That's right. Thank you so much. Yes, since we don't have any questions from our audience,
Questions,
but
guys?
thank you
Yeah.
so much, Coach John, and right, for joining us today as well. And we will see you soon. All right, and
Sure.
thank you so much once again, sir, Coach
All
John.
right. Maraming
All
salamat. God
right.
bless you all. See you in class.
Yes, thank you so much, Sir John. Alrighty, so to our audience, thank you for staying. Hope you learned and enjoyed the session. And for more career opportunities with our industry partners and with Makati Medical Center, right, you may visit www.jobs180.com. All right, if may tanong pa kayo, you may send us a message sa aming Facebook. It's facebook.com/jobs180 or email us at info@jobs180.com. All right. We will be playing some videos before we close our program.
Morning. I would like to present to you an overview of the School of Medicine of the Centro Escolar University. For some of you, you are still in the process of deciding if a career in medicine is for you, while for others, you are already at that stage of choosing a medical school. We hope that this short session with you will help both groups. First, let us take a look at why anyone may choose to study medicine. Here are some of the reasons. There are numerous career options that are open to a graduate of medicine. First and foremost is as a clinician or a practitioner of medicine. An example of a clinician is this person. You know him, Dr. Edsel Salvania, who is an infectious diseases specialist. A graduate of medicine may also at the same time be a researcher, just like Dr. Salvania. A graduate of medicine may be a clinician and at the same time a manager. You know this person, Dr. Gap Legaspi, who is a neurosurgeon and at the same time the medical director of the Philippine General Hospital at this crucial time of the pandemic. A graduate of medicine may be a public health practitioner and a health advocate. You know this person, Dr. Rosario Vergeire of the Department of Health. A graduate of medicine may be a clinician and a teacher. You do not know this person. This is Dr. Alex Alip, but you will know him if you choose the CEU School of Medicine. He is a family medicine specialist and a professor at the CEU School of Medicine. For each of these career paths, there is great earning potential and job stability. Society will always need a doctor. Doctors are usually highly regarded and needed by society, especially during this time of the pandemic. But probably the best reason why anyone will choose to become a doctor is because of the great and many opportunities to be of service to society. A lot of the ideas we have of doctors come from TV series, but usually what is seen on TV are doctors who have already completed basic medical education and are already surgeons and other specialists. The TV shows do not show the process it takes for a first-year medical student to be molded into a doctor of medicine. Let me give you an idea of this process. After graduating from any four-year bachelor's course, one may enter medical school. The basic medical course takes 4 years, after which a Doctor of Medicine degree is granted. The medical graduate at this point still cannot practice medicine. He or she has to undergo 1 year of internship training, then take the board exam, and if he or she passes the exam, then we have a general practitioner who can now practice medicine. But the general practitioner is not the surgeon of Gray's Anatomy or the good doctor. For that, one must undergo 3 to 5 years of residency or specialty training, take a diplomate exam, and if the resident passes the exam, then we have a specialist. But the specialist is still not the emergency room surgeon of Gray's Anatomy. For that, one must undergo 2 to 3 years of subspecialty training or fellowship. Take the subspecialty exam, and if the fellow passes the exam, then we have a subspecialist. We have a doctor, like those in Gray's Anatomy, and a good doctor. If we sum up the numbers, then to be a doctor takes a minimum of 6 years to 15 or more years. These years are on top of the 6 years of elementary schooling, 6 years of high school, and at least 4 years of bachelor's course. You can therefore see why the decision to take medicine cannot be taken lightly. But let us talk about the basic medical course only. The minimum qualifications that CHED requires of an applicant into any Philippine medical school is first, for the applicant to be able to show that he or she has graduated or is graduating from any 4-year bachelor's degree. CHED has already removed the science unit's requirements and has also removed the age requirement. Second, the applicant should be able to show an NMAT report of ranking that is at least the 40th percentile or better. NMAT is the National Medical Admission Test that is administered by the CEM, the Center for Educational Measurement. For those who have not yet taken the NMAT, there are exam dates in April and May 2023. The registration period for this schedule of exams started last February 13, 2023. Please visit the CEM website for more details. CHED requires an NMAT score of at least the 40th percentile. Medical schools are allowed to have a higher NMAT requirement. Aside from having graduated from any bachelor's course and having an NMAT of at least the 40th percentile, medical schools are also allowed to have other requirements such as an interview and the submission of pertinent documents. We have tackled the questions: why study medicine? How long does it take to study medicine? What are the requirements for admission into a school of medicine? The next question is, where? And why would you choose to study medicine at the CEU School of Medicine? Very briefly, let us take a look at the school, the curriculum, the faculty, and students of the CEU School of Medicine. CEU was established in 1907. 109 years later, it decided to open a medical school in 2016. The curriculum is outcomes-based, as required by CHED. That means we develop in our students skills and competencies to turn them into capable and ethical physicians in the real modern world. This is a recent picture of our faculty in green teaching a junior intern, a fourth-year student, how to do a pelvic exam of a pregnant woman. This was taken during our limited face-to-face skills training. Currently, our clerks are doing face-to-face rotations in the CEU base hospital, the Amang Rodriguez Memorial Medical Center in Marikina. And the rest of the year levels are also back in school for actual, physical, face-to-face classroom learning. To actual laboratory learning in the anatomy lab, in the skills lab, and the histology virtual lab. But while we have started face-to-face sessions, we also still have virtual online sessions. The delivery of the medicine curriculum, therefore, is hybrid. As to the faculty of the CEU School of Medicine, we are a healthy mix of young, enthusiastic faculty and more experienced but still enthusiastic faculty coming from the whole spectrum of basic and clinical specialties. Then the students of the CEU School of Medicine. This is a picture of our first batch of first-year students in 2016. 5 years later, 80% of our board exam takers are now doctors, the first batch of CEU doctors. From the first batch of 11 students, the CEU School of Medicine has grown in number from year to year to year. Who knows, soon one of these little squares will have your picture in it. Thank you very much for listening. Applications are ongoing for school year 2023-2024. Our contact details are as follows. Please drop us a line.
Thank you so much. I hope you all learned a lot today or this afternoon. So there you have it. To officially close our program, may we invite Mr. Jericho or Lena, the AVP for Business Affairs, for the closing remarks. Hi sir, you are on mute po and ayan. Oh, good pa.
Hello.
Oh sir, we can hear you po. Can you hear us, sir?
Okay, so I'm good, Maria. Okay na?
Yes, sir. Yes po, yes po.
All right. So good afternoon, and thank you, Maria, for hosting this event for CEU. Let me thank our past speakers. First of all, Sir Kim, thank you. Hopefully, nakuha natin lahat yon. Yung sinabi ni Mr. Kim Chua, resume link. I think that is the one thing that you have to start working on starting now because in a couple of months, you will be graduating. So resume link, napaka-importante niyan. Maswerte kayo kasi because of technology, you can easily build your resume link which is now online unlike before. Kami, nung mga panahon namin, talagang brick and mortar, talagang papel yan na sinisirox pa namin if we want to submit it to as many employers as we want. And then yung kay Cyrine, sa Makati Med, adaptability, that is very important. We need to adapt to the changing times. Otherwise, ay mapag-iiwanan tayo. So depende yan sa sitwasyon. Kung saan man kayo mapunta, in what company you will be able to be employed, then you have to adapt to the culture of each company na mapupuntahan ninyo. Iba-iba kasi ang mga kumpanya, kaya kailangan makapag-adapt kayo. And of course, itong kay Coach John, napakaganda, gustong-gusto ko ito, yung champions mindset. Kasi pag yung mindset mo ay champion, eventually you will become a champion. Okay? Pagka yung mindset mo ay loser, di siyempre wala namang ibang pupuntahan yung kung hindi maging loser ka. So thank you so much to our speakers. And for the School of Medicine, we are surprised to know na maraming Escolarians hindi nila alam na ang CEU pala merong School of Medicine. And whatever your course is, whatever degree that you finished, a bachelor's degree, you can apply sa medical school. Kahit pala engineer pwede dyan. So nurse ka man, medtech ka man, pharmacy graduate ka man, opto, you can enroll in our School of Medicine. Meron po tayo dito niyan sa Centro Escolar University. Now, very quickly for my talk, I'd like to share data that I gathered from the registrar's office. Uh, it turned out that out of all the graduates of CEU, only 75% are taking the board exam. Okay, so 75 out of 100. Yung 25 hindi nagbo-board exam. Kung minsan mas mas madami pa yung hindi nagbo-board exam. So yung dentistry, pharmacy, optometry, nursing, so lahat yan may mga board exam yan. So only 75 of those graduates are taking the board exam. So bakit? I'd like to concentrate on that a bit. Meron pa akong 10 minutes. Based on my personal experience, there are 4 reasons why students do not take the board exam. Number 1, financial. Okay? I was given a data na maraming estudyante ang hindi nakakapag full payment ng kanilang tuition fee. That's why the credentials are being withheld at hindi nila masubmit sa PRC. If you have that problem, okay, as early as now, sa July pa ang graduation, if you have that problem, mag-email kayo sa akin because we have a partner, LeapEd, who will help you pay in full your tuition fee. Okay, so hopefully our host, Maria, can flash my email address. So email me if you have problem number 1, which is financial. Number 2, reason why students do not take the boards ay ipinipilit nila na hindi pa nila kaya. Kaya so dito pumapasok yung loser's mindset. Sir, di ko pa kaya eh. Di ako papasa eh. So ito yung loser's mindset. No? 4 months before graduation, meron pang review, mahabang panahon pa yon, pero ipinipilit mo na kaagad na hindi mo kaya. So that is a loser's mindset. So as what Coach Jonathan told us, you need to have a champion's mindset. Pag sinabi mo ngayon sa sarili mo na kaya ko to, kakayanin mo. Makakaya mo. Okay? So, hurdle or obstacle number 2, yung loser's mindset, that is within you to solve. Okay? Yung number 1, financial, email me. We can offer you solutions. And then number 2, a change of mindset. You need to change your mindset. Pag sinabi mong hindi ko kaya, ask yourself, di ko ba talaga kaya? Baka naman kaya ko. Alright? Okay ba tayo doon? Malinaw ba tayo doon? We still have almost more than 200 participants in the room. Okay ba tayo doon? Okay, number 3. Bakit hindi nagbo-board yung mga graduates? Bakit hindi sila nagtitake ng board exam? Number 3, reason, love life. Ay, inuuna nila yung love life bago yung board exam. Okay? So, I was once like you. When I graduated accountancy, my wife now is my classmate before. No? Magkaklase kami noon eh. Ng wife ko eh. So, since magkaklase kami after graduation, close na talaga kami. Alam niyo yun, yung hindi naghihiwalay. Paglabas ng bahay, pupuntahan ko na kaagad siya, magkasama na kami, maghapon yun. So sabi ko sa kanya, when we were about to take the CPA review, maghiwalay muna tayo. So naghiwalay kami. Ako naiwan sa Bicol, siya pumunta ng Manila. So ako naiwan sa Bicol, I had the time.
Alright, we do apologize, pero naputol po yung connection ni Sir Jericho. He's having a technical difficulties as of the moment. Let's wait po for a while, baka po bumalik siya. But if you do have questions po regarding po sa pag-boarding exam applications niyo po, you may email Sir Jericho at jperlina@ceu.edu.ph. Ayan. All right, while waiting for Sir Jerica, we will be playing some videos.
The clinical trial market as we know it is about to change. We're revolutionizing the current state aligned to disparate, slow, and often manual processes. Optum's vision is to transform the drug development process to one that is centered and grounded in real-world patient behavior and physician practice. Optum's ability to access this unique network and fold in the strongest data and analytics expertise will enable us to jointly bring life-saving drugs to the patients who need it most. Join us in this partnership to bring our shared vision for real-time, real-world healthcare research for real patients.
They come from all over, the cures and the tools, the medicines and the machines, perfected, collected, and sent with all speed to the caretakers and the cared for, spanning miles, delivering hope. This is their flight, and we are their wings. They give of themselves, their minds, their hearts, their hands, their time and talent. Armed with experience, humble with strength, dressing wounds and changing sheets and calming nerves and keeping watch. These are the angels, and we are their wings. They trade in tomorrows. Their gift is more time. They sacrifice years in exchange for more days, trade long nights of study for split-second grace. They bind and stitch and push and discover, leading the way out of pain. These are the pilots, and we are their wings. They engineer miracles, amplify care, manage the treatments and maintain supply. They stave off the outbreak with counsel and cure, bridge gaps between hospital, home, and health. This is their promise, and we are its wings. They trust in the system, the breakthroughs, the work. They put their heart and faith in our hands, all in the quest for better care, all in the hope for health. That is their prayer, and we are its wings.
Ayan, meron na si Sir Jerica. Sir Jerica, you may continue na po yung closing remarks niyo po.
All right. Wow. Okay, so thank you, Maria, and sorry for that technical glitch. Saan ba ako nawala? Sa number 2, okay na ako dun sa number 2, ano? Reason why students do not take the board exam. Sinasabi nila na hindi nila kaya.
Yes, sir. Yes, po.
So, ito yung sinasabi ni Coach Jonathan na loser's mindset. Hindi pa man nila sinusubukan, ay iniisip na kaagad nila na hindi nila kakayanin. So, I think you have to have a change of mindset so that you can finally decide na yes, I will take the board exam. Okay, so you need to have a champion's mindset. Okay, reason number 3, why graduates do not take the board exam, this is from my personal experience, is they, alam mo yun, inuuna na nila yung love life. So ako kasi noon, palibasa yung wife ko is my classmate before, siyempre boyfriend, girlfriend, parati kami magkasama, so paano kami makakapag-aral? Okay, so since we graduated in Ateneo Dinaga sa Bicol, sabi ko maghiwalay muna tayo. Ako ang maiwan sa probinsya at siya naman dito sa Maynila, siya magre-review. So naghiwalay muna kami. So for the next 6 months, wala akong ginawa sa Bicol kung hindi mag-aral. Okay, so I took the CPA board review. After 6 months, I took the board and then I passed. Ganun lang, kabilis. 6 months of really hard work. And then my girlfriend before, who is now my wife, pagdating pala dito sa Manila, ito na yung nangyari sa kanya. Ito na yung reason number 4 kung bakit hindi nagbo-board exam ang mga estudyante. Because they apply for work right away. Okay, ito yung tanong ni Maria kanina eh. Ano ba ang maganda? After graduation, mag-work muna or mag-boards na kaagad? For me, you need to take the board right away para fresh pa. Okay? After graduation, review na kayo kaagad and then take the board exam. 6 months is a very short time. Okay? Para mag-aral ng talagang aral. Then after 6 months, in my case, I am already a CPA. So until now, after more than 30 years, I am still enjoying, the fruit of becoming a certified public accountant. Ang in-invest ko lang nung araw ay maiksing 6-month period na talagang nag-aral ako. Okay, so ulitin ko, bakit hindi nagbo-board exam ang mga estudyante? Number 1, financial. We can solve that. Number 2, they cannot make it. Change your mindset. Number 3, love life. Maghiwalay mo na kayo. Alam mo, maiksing panahon lang yan. Okay? And then number 3, work. Do not work yet. Okay? Mag-aral muna, board muna, and then after, nung CPA na ako, maganda na yung work ko, nagpakasal na kami kaagad ni Mrs. I got married when I was 24. So ganun ako kaaga nag-asawa. Bakit? Prepared na rin naman ako eh. Pero kung hindi ako naging CPA noon, nag-asawa ako kaagad, imagine what my life will be. Di ba? Siguro nahirapan ako sa buhay ko. Okay? So that is my advice. So hopefully all of you, we still have more than 200 in the room. All of you hopefully will take the board exam. Make the decision now. Okay? So before we end, I'd like all of you to take out your cell phones and then sa Facebook, please open and search CEU Career Center. Please do it now. Sa Facebook, search nyo CEU Career Center and then join. This is our virtual career center in Facebook. So dito pinopost namin career services and placement office ang lahat ng mga job opportunities that are available to you, all our graduating Escolarians. So hopefully you will join now bago nyo makalimutan. All right? And then what else do I have? We will see you all. I will see you all in Manila Hotel this coming July. So konting-konting panahon na lang yan. Hopefully all of you will make it and see you all in Manila Hotel. And lastly, this quotation was given to me by my reviewer back in the day, 1988, mga hindi pa kayo pinanganak. Hanggang ngayon, malinaw na malinaw sa isip ko. Okay, ano ang sinabi niya sa amin nun? If you want to pass the board exams, you really have to study. Okay? Study as if everything depends on you. Aral talaga. But don't forget to pray because everything depends on Him. God bless you all, Escolarians. Good afternoon.
Thank you so much, Sir Jericho, for giving us your message for the closing remarks. Thank you so much once again. All right, please join www.facebook.com/groups/the Career Placement Office. All right, thank you so much. There you have it, guys. We are done with the talk proper and successfully tackled all the topics assigned for today's session. And do not forget to evaluate this event. Evaluation is flashed on your screen. It is also available at the comment section. All right. Same thing with your digital certificates. The link is flashed on your screen. It is also available on the comment section, or you can scan the QR code. Please do note that the evaluation will serve as your attendance for today's session. Thank you so much. We would like to thank each one of you guys for staying all throughout the event, and we hope that the webinar helps you be prepared in the world of work. All right. We would like to thank Centro Escolar University for collaborating with Jobs 180. And we would like to thank also the following sponsors for being our corporate sponsors for this event. You may check out their page for career opportunities. Visit www.jobs180.com. Thank you so much. And please watch out for the next set of webinars we are going to host for. And please check our Facebook page for the topics that we will be discussed. And you are welcome to join in on those sessions too. The program has finally concluded, and this is your host, Maria Zaleo Mandam, and we will see you soon, and have a great afternoon. Ingat, everyone!
Mabuhay ka, mahal naming pamantasan, papuri sa dakilang Centro Escolar. Ika'y dambana ng pag-ibig sa bayan, at agham na sa riyang matagumpay. Kapag ang diwa ng iyong mga himig, umagona sa puso't dibdib, sabay-sabay na ipasisigawan. Mabuhay ka, dakilang Centro Escolar. Mabuhay ka, mahal naming pamantasan, papuri sa dakilang Centro Escolar. Ika'y dambana ng pag-ibig sa bayan, at agham na sa riyang matagumpay. Centro Escolar, Centro Escolar.